it's funny because I have a lot of these conversations with some of the athletes that I kind of coach. But essentially, what threshold pace is it's a pace where you're running at a pace where you're not accumulating lactate, right? So you're accumulating it, but you're also clearing it out at the same time, right? So if you're running above threshold pace, you're not clearing out the lactate as fast as you're accumulating it, right? So now it's starting to accumulate. So it's this pace essentially where you can run comfortably, accumulate lactate, and then also clear it out, right? And if you're running faster, it's accumulating faster than what you can clear out.
Right.
And that's essentially lactic threshold pace. So
that threshold is you're running just fast enough where you're hitting that line, but you're not going over it.
Hour, yeah.
So it is difficult. It's not like a walk in the park.
No.
Okay, but you don't want to go any faster than that on these double threshold days.
No, yeah. So like essentially, yeah. And I think it's basically the pace you can sustain for an hour. And I guess what I'm doing in the morning is I'm doing one session at a lactic threshold pace, and then the PM we're doing another session at a lactic threshold pace. So
how do those look? Like, what is the breakdown of those workouts? Like,
it's kind of funny because like we probably started doing these workouts probably when you left, right?
COVID probably.
COVID years, yeah. But we had more like being off the team, we had more time to experiment with different things. So we've been kind of having fun with it, but it's definitely like the big buzzword in track and field and running right now, right? Yeah. People love hearing this, but they don't
Norwegian double threshold.
Exactly. Yeah. They love hearing it, but they don't quite understand what it is. And we're not doing it as intensely as those guys. We're not measuring lactic or stuff like that.
We're not Olympians. We'll never will be Olympians. Yeah, we just love running.
Yeah, we just love running. But essentially in the morning, it could be a session alone, like on the treadmill. So like classic one you'll do is 4 times 5 minutes at threshold pace, right? So for me,
minute rest or something.
Yeah. So if I'm running that hard, I might be running it like, sub 5 per mile, but a threshold pace might be like 5:20, 5:30 per mile, right? So fairly comfortable and relaxed. So it's a good workout. You're still running like 7 miles set or done at the end of it with warm up and cool down. And then by the evening, you come back and you'll do something on the track, which is kind of where we meet the group. And then some of the guys I've been training with will do a session like 20 times 400, right? Which is not that fun and it sounds pretty bad, but
the first workout I did with you guys was back. It was a 20 by 400 on that Thursday. And I was like cooked to a certain extent because I was like, because in university, whenever I thought track, like there is no way that someone was prescribing me 20 times 400 meters.
Yeah.
But it's a little different, right?
But it's not hard. Yeah. And that's the funny thing. It's not hard, right? Like you're doing 20 by 400 meters at that relaxed threshold pace.
Probably a little bit faster than what you do in the morning.
Yeah.
But it's shorter, right?
It's shorter. And then the idea is that, you run, you have a short rest, you run, you have a short rest, right? But the idea is that you're compounding so much time in that, fairly high intensity zone.
That physiological state of
in that threshold. Physiological state, right? And I guess the idea behind it too is that you want to take that lactic threshold pace and move it up a little bit, right? So we'll commonly do 20 by 400 in 70 seconds, and we'll take a minute break or something, or 45 seconds or whatever, right?
Yeah.
The best guys in the world, they're running that 20 by 400 at 63, 64 in 30 seconds break, right? So their pace that they can sustain and clear lactate is much better than ours, right? So the idea is you're trying to push that zone up a little bit each time, right? So that's essentially the idea behind that training. But at the end of the day, you've run a lot. You've run, close to
it just gets you
miles.
like a machine. Like I remember doing it like this season, and like my time dropped by a minute and a half, and I was as fit as I ever was. Without any like crazy speed work. But it was just that double threshold where you're hitting 2 workouts a day. You're accumulating mileage.
Yeah.
But what I've also read is that having a second workout in a day also triggers an extra growth hormone release.
Totally, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you it's like a double whammy with a bunch of things, right? You're hitting that stimulus, and it's not too hard because like we've all done it too hard and then paid the price after, right?
Yeah.
So you're riding that line. I think it takes that maturity that we have to do it properly. Like, so
totally, yeah. And it's just one idea, right? Like it's definitely thrown around a lot in the running community. It's not necessarily the right way or the wrong way. It might not be a training method that works for everybody, but we've found, since COVID, that we really enjoy it, and that's something we always do on a Tuesday.